Hello everybody, let me adjust you again because that's a bit better. There we go, now I'm not so far in the corner. Anyway, so hello everybody, welcome to another car vlog, vlog in the car. It is Friday and I just decided to drive out to the secondhand store on Friday instead of a Saturday, so I figured I would also do my recording because I usually record in this particular area, this parking area, so that's always a nice spot, a nice time for it as well. Hope you're doing well in the meantime. I'm doing fine as well. Just the end of another work week. It's been kind of quiet because of course people are supposed to stay at home more, even though the people at my office don't really go to the office too much anyway, so nothing much changes there except for a certain group of people that have a certain job within the company that normally have a lot of people coming over to meet them, trainers in other words. And back office just kind of does what back office does, and I usually only go to the office once a week anyway, so it's not like I'm going to the office much less than usual. Anyway, so that's the whole work situation thing in combination with the whole macaroni business. Nothing new there, although I did want to talk to you quickly before I go to that topic. I bought something the other day which you might find interesting as well, if I can grab it. This looks like a little purse or something, but it's actually an air dehumidifier for the car, and it's from pingo.com. Let me just quickly show you that. Not sponsored, obviously. I'm just trying to show you what I got. The idea behind this is that it absorbs the moisture in your car, and when it's done absorbing, this little dot here goes pink, and then you put it in a microwave for about 5 minutes, and then it's back to blue, and you can put it in your car again once it's cooled down, of course. And it doesn't actually leave any sort of stuff on your car, the interior. It doesn't leak, so just bought one of those and thought that would be interesting to try, because I did notice that now that that it is winter or becoming winter and I have to go to work early in the morning, obviously a lot of times the windows are very foggy, so I decided to put some dehumidifiers in there and hopefully that'll work to keep the car from being a super moist, I guess, moist car or no more moist car after a while. That's the idea. Anyway, so the next thing I wanted to talk about real quick is vitamin D and vitamin K2. Now, vitamin D is something I think, there's this doctor on YouTube called Dr John Campbell, I think is from the UK, I'm pretty sure it's from the UK actually. And he was talking the other day about vitamin D and the effect that had on, say, the coronavirus and how you handle that sort of thing. And the thing is, a lot of people have vitamin D deficiency. A lot of people have them anyway, but now of course that it's starting to turn into winter and their days aren't quite as sunny, those deficiencies are going to really cause more trouble. So if you want to be a little healthier, then you definitely want to get some vitamin D supplements. Now it turns out that vitamin D, he had a whole presentation about that, so I do suggest that you go look at that. I'll make sure to link it in the comments, no, not the comment section, in the description below, so you can take a look at that. He did 2 videos, but I think the part 2 is probably the most interesting because he really goes into detail about how good vitamin D is for all sorts of different ailments and stuff like that. And I think that if I listen to the presentation, a lot of problems that people have with their health these days are at least partially due to vitamin D deficiency. So you might want to get yourself one of those little supplements things, bottles, and look at the description on there to see what dosage it is, because the daily recommended dosage is about, at least according to that little bottle that I have, 10 UG or something like that. I don't even know what that is, some type of special type of gram, but you're supposed to have about 100 per day. So if your little tablets say 10 UG, then if you want to like get a boost for your vitamin D, then you need to take 10 of those a day. And apparently it's supposed to be best in combination with vitamin K2. Now K2, I don't see those in most of my supplement things. The ones that I've had in the past, the one that I have currently, doesn't tend to have vitamin K in it. So I'm gonna have to go look for something specifically like separate type of supplement just for that. And before people think that I'm on all sorts of supplements, it's actually just the multivitamin and then now the vitamin D, because I was taking that last year as well, because I had already heard from him that vitamin D was pretty good and had a big role to play in your corona receptibility, whatever you want to call that, and also how your body dealt with it. if they did catch COVID, and I actually didn't have any sort of illnesses last year and this year. Haven't had any issues with corona at all, so I think that may have definitely been a big part in it, because I keep hearing more and more with coworkers and their families that at least the last couple of weeks that this one's getting corona, that one's getting corona, and everybody's coming to the office, of course. So I'm like, okay, then probably I might catch it too at some point. I don't know, maybe I've had it, but don't think so, because I've also taken a bunch of tests and I've never actually gotten positive results back, like the home test and stuff. Just out of curiosity, then, because I'm not in the age range that is the most likely to be heavily affected, and I'm also not don't have any pre-existing conditions, so no comorbidities and stuff like that, so fairly healthy and in a reasonable age category that it shouldn't actually bother me at all. So I would just take the test every once in a while, and I'm thinking like, oh, my temperature just went up a little bit, let's see what's going on, and then nothing actually comes back. I just get like that little control line. I think I've taken 3 tests so far, home tests, and nothing has ever come of it. So maybe that's just because I tend to not get sick anyway, because I don't think I've ever gotten sick since I had my last childhood illness. Like, since I had, I don't know what I had last, like smallpox or something as a 9-year-old. I'm not really sure what I had, but since then I've never actually gotten sick. I've never taken a sick day. Not a genuine one. I do recall once taking a sick day because I didn't want to go to work, but I wasn't actually sick. I was playing hooky, and it wasn't actually a serious job, so I didn't feel too bad about it anyway. So think about that what you will. I did that once, but it's not because I was actually sick. I've never actually taken a sick day because I was sick, because I just wasn't sick. There was no reason to do that. And then last year, because of the corona business, I started taking more vitamin D, and I don't know if that helped necessarily, but like I said, if you were to listen to the description of the doctor, then it can help a lot of people with a lot of things. Because one of the things that he also talked about was that it is known to have a positive effect to prevent and perhaps also lessen things like diabetes and heart disease. And the thing is, I was thinking, particularly people with dark skin need to take extra vitamin D anyway if you live in like the northern hemisphere, because there's less sun here and stuff like that. And I just noticed, like, it reminded me of the fact that there's always this stereotype that there's like black people, particularly in the south of the US, that have a lot of heart problems and diabetes, and they tend to blame that on the cooking. But what if it's also just a vitamin D deficiency? Like, they just need to take much more vitamin D to help prevent that from happening. So that just kind of occurred, and I thought that was interesting, and I think there's probably a lot of people that could be helped with vitamin D, so, and K2. If you can get both of them together, that's probably best. If you can only get vitamin D, I think that's also worth trying, just taking vitamin D. And if you can get the K2 as well, then that'll help it have a greater effect, I believe. So make sure to check that out. Other than that, I'm just going to go to the store in a bit. I'll go to the grocery store as well, and nothing much interesting going on, actually. I tried baking my own soft bread rolls the other day. That worked out fairly well. It's not quite the same type of quality as you would get from the store, so it's not the super fluffy buns, because the ones that I tend to bake are a little bit more solid, and the ones you can get in the store are almost, like, I would say half the amount of flour seems to be in those buns. They're very airy, full of bubbles, and I just can't replicate that in my own kitchen. But okay, we'll try, because I think I will try to do more home baking anyway, so I don't have to go to the store all the time, and it's just also fun to experiment with that, because then you can make something at home. We don't always have to go get it from somewhere else, which will cost more, which is also not great. And that is all I can really think of to say for this week, so I hope you enjoyed that. Make sure you have a nice weekend, and hopefully I'll see you during one of the streams, or perhaps see you in the comment section of one of my videos. In any case, thanks for watching, and bye-bye for now.